Hi everyone, this is Joy with Create It with Joy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's card is made using Ranger Ink's new Speckle Embossing Powder. I was really super thankful when they sent these to me because when I saw the release, I could not wait to get my hands on these. There are 6 really yummy colors. We've got cotton candy, blueberry, mint chip, lavender, lemon drop, and flurries. These are really super pretty colors to begin with. So you've got your base color, so this is mint chip, so you've got your base mint embossing powder, and then you've got these speckles, white and gold, chunky speckles inside of this embossing powder, which melt into this really beautiful, yummy, fantastic, yummy speckled embossing powder, and I just can't even say enough about these. So I was inspired to make a Christmas card, and I'm using Lawn Fawn's String of Lights die cuts. For each size of light, there's 2 die cuts. One is a solid background and one has like a little highlight cut out of that. I'm going to run this through my die cut machine twice so I can have 6 light bulbs. Also, Ranger has got this fantastic gray tinted embossing ink, which for this project you wouldn't necessarily need it, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. I think this would be fantastic for a huge background stamp to make sure that you have gotten every spot, or a sentiment, things like that, to make sure that you inked it up good and you've got a good stamped image. So now you can see I'm using the blueberry embossing powder, and you can see all the chunks sitting on there. So one thing that you want to be careful with, especially with a chunky embossing powder, is don't take your heat gun to the top of it right away because it will blow all of that off. Start from behind. Obviously make sure your heat gun is nice and hot, but start from behind and it will start to melt, and then take it to the front. And none of your yumminess will blow off. But isn't that pretty? Look at all those gold and white speckles, you guys. It is so fantastic. So that was blueberry. The next color I am going to do is cotton candy. Again, I'm coming from behind as to not blow off any of those big chunky speckles. And look at how pretty that is. I just thought these colors would make great soft pastel Christmas lights. Here is the mint chip, which I think this is my favorite color, but I like things that are kind of teal and minty, and that just is right up my alley. Isn't that so pretty? This is lavender. This would be my daughter's favorite. She is very much into purple. But look at how great that looks. And I like where the chunks fall differently on each image, and so they all don't look the same. This is lemon drop, and I just think these names are so fantastic. I love all the names that they have come up with. And this is flurries. I think this would be great for snowflakes or for a snowman. I mean, it's definitely not white, but it's kind of like a creamy kind of a white. So all of those are done. So now with the die cuts, they also have got these little die cut pieces that basically is where your string would go through on the lights. And I've used Simon Says Stamp Fog Cardstock to cut out these pieces, and also the string for the string of lights. I'm going to glue those together with Ranger's Multimedia Matte Glue. Any liquid glue would work. I really like this one because it gives me a little bit of room, a little bit of time to wiggle it around, but it also dries pretty darn quick. But doesn't that look great? So super cute. So I'm going to glue all of those together, gluing the fronts to the back, lining that up good, and then you've got these great string of lights. And I don't know, I've got something about Christmas lights just does it for me. So here is the string. Again, this is cut out of Simon Says Stamp Fog Cardstock. I really wanted this card to be really soft and pretty. That way the lights, the embossing powder on the lights really took center stage on this card. So I'm going to adhere that down, again using some liquid glue. And I'm just gonna place all of my lights onto this card. I did off camera line them up and take a picture with my phone so I could have a good layout, and I am just referring back to that to make sure I get everything exactly where I want it. Normally I don't do Christmas cards this soon. Mentally I have to wait till August is over, but these embossing powders just really spoke to me. Having the white and gold speckle in there, to me, made it feel like they were on and shiny and sparkly. So I think it really made a great card. So now this is Spectrum Noir's Sparkle Pen that I got from a Simon Says Stamp card kit for August. And I am just coloring in that little highlight spot on the die cut and also on the top part of each light. I didn't want to do too much on this because I did not want to take away from the look of the embossing and how shiny and pretty that is. Also, I'm going to trim off all of the overhang. This card panel is cut slightly smaller than an A2 size, probably about 1/4 inch smaller on each side. I'm going to stamp the sentiment Merry and Bright from Simon Says Stamp Tiny Words Christmas, and I'm stamping that in Distress Oxide ink Hickory Smoke. Again, I wanted to have a nice soft gray, so that way everything was nice and muted. I am going to adhere this to an A2 size piece of Fog Cardstock, and then I will attach that to an A2 sized card base. So now I'm going to take Ranger's Diamond Stickles, and I'm going to make little lines coming out of the end of these lights like it's shining lights. I liked the clear glitter for this, so that way, again, to not take away from the embossing powders. You also could use Nuvo Crystal Drops and White Blizzard. That would be great. You could leave it without it. You wouldn't need anything, but I just felt like I wanted a little something more, but again, to not take away from the embossing powders. But isn't this a really pretty Christmas card? It really is super soft, even though nothing is traditional about it. I think it totally works and you can get away with it. Look at that shine and texture. So super pretty. I just want to say again, thank you to Ranger Ink for sending me these embossing powders. I hope you guys really liked this video. Please thumbs up, subscribe, comment. I love all of that. There's some affiliate links below. It costs you nothing, but it does continue to help me create. Thank you again. You guys are such a blessing to me, and I will be back soon. Bye.